Alright, what's happening everybody? It's your boy Akeem and welcome to today's blog. Here to talk about more about these trades and acquisitions and cuts between these teams in the NFL. I need to give you a little bit more opinions about a couple more teams. Now beginning with the NFC East, the Washington Redskins. Once again, I am not really happy about their offseason preparations and the entire situation of the team and who they picked up. Starting with their NFL draft, I told you before I had to give them a D overall. I'm not really happy about these players that they picked up in this year's NFL draft. Now they also did not do too well during the offseason at the beginning so far. They haven't picked up really great players. They really need some help on the offensive side, particularly at the receiver position and a quarterback, and they still have not fulfilled those voids. They picked up Jabbar Gaffney from Denver. He's okay, but they still really need that wow person at the receiver, that main number one target. Santana Moss is good, but he really needs a second receiver beside him who could catch some balls and get into that end zone, and they really needed help at that. Also, they really needed a quarterback. Donovan McNabb is now with the Minnesota Vikings, and they really needed a good replacement. Now, we all know that John Beck is going to get an opportunity to start this season, but they still need a good go-to quarterback right away, and they really need help in that offensive team. Now, they also picked up a couple other players who I was just like, you could have picked better. Just like the NFL draft, like Tim Hightower. He's a good third down back, but he is not an every down back, a number one back. They have so many running backs in this team already. They have Ryan Terrain, their two draft picks at running back, Brian Halou from Nebraska and Evan Royster from Penn State, and now they have Tim Hightower. Now they cannot give the ball to all three of these players. Somebody's going to have to get cut, so I wonder how Mike Shanahan's going to handle that situation. Now they did pick an okay safety on the defensive side with Asamoah Atogwe. I cannot pronounce his name, I'm so sorry, but he's a decent safety coming out of St. Louis, so I'm not going to really hate on that. That was a decent pickup, but for the rest of their pickups, I'm not really happy about who they got. I think they could have picked up better players, especially at the receiver. Jabbar Gaffney, he's okay, but not really feeling it. Just like the NFL draft, they haven't really picked too many great players. But at the same time, I might understand where they're going with this direction. Over the past years, they've been picking up big name players, and they have not produced at Washington. And so I think they're going to go to a different direction and see who's going to step up as a mediocre player. But we will see. They might know something that I do not know. Now, going to the AFC South, I need to talk a little bit about the Houston Texans. They picked up a great corner in Jonathan Joseph from the Cincinnati Bengals. He's a great cover corner, and a lot of people compare him to Nnamdi Asomugha. He has great cover skills, just like Nnamdi, and they were actually going for Nnamdi, but Nnamdi was just too much. He was asking for between 10 to 12 million a year, and I think that they picked up a great corner in Jonathan Joseph, and they also picked up Daniel Manning, the safety. These two are decent players, and I think they're going to help out that secondary. That secondary for Houston was terrible last season. Now they still have Kareem Jackson. He was a rookie last year, but I think he needs to step up and be more of a dominant cornerback. But I think he has the potential of doing so. But I do like the addition of Jonathan Joseph. A lot of people forgot about this pickup for Houston. Jonathan Joseph is a good Pro Bowl caliber cornerback, and I think he's going to produce well in that secondary for Houston. But Houston does have bad news. Now, yesterday I did talk about Vontae Leach joining the Ravens. So Leach is no longer with the Texans, which means Arian Foster, I think his statistics are going to drop this season just a little bit, mainly because of Vontae Leach's departure. He's no longer with the team, and he does not have that dominant lead blocker that he needs to get those yardage. So it's really all on him. Arian Foster, really, this is the test for him to see how good of a running back he is, if he's really that Pro Bowl caliber, or if he could just handle the job just by himself without the help of a dominant fullback. Now I think this is a great situation for him because he could show everybody who he really is. Now, I'm going to keep you guys posted a little bit more about these trades and acquisitions in the NFL, but I'm going to head back to the college football blogs, and I'll talk to you more about from week to week about the teams who should win in my predictions, and I'll just give you all the information that you need in college football as well as fantasy football as well. From Sports News Insider, I'm your man Akeem McCall. Be